Today it's another cold day. I want to talk a little bit about the overpopulation of heifers that I've been having, and I need to make another pen so that I have enough room for our young ones. I just recently started raising them in here. I have 2 pens. I have 14 in the big pen that I just dumped the bucket in, and the other pen across the way, which I'll feed in a second, I have 7. Those ones were just weaned, so I'm working on those, getting them used to being together in a group and being on their own. I had them, they're about 3 months old. I'm feeding these calf starter. The others I have grain that I made in the grinder. Got this. Here they are. That one right there was giving a little bit of trouble. Gave that one some medicine. But it's doing a little bit better. We're working through it, though. It's a process. I want to go over to the other farm, and I want to show you. It's an old farm that they milked at, but I want to see about making a spot that I can raise when I take these ones out here. I want to see about having a bigger pen that I can put these in. All right, so now they're all eating. I'll probably give them a little bit more hay for today. They're doing really well, though. I have a couple that are a little smaller. Those 2 are on the small side, but they're always right in the middle pushing to eat, so not too much trouble. When I switched these into here, I had trouble with about 3 of them, but after I doctored them up a little bit, everyone's doing real good now. But back there's that little one. That's the one that wasn't doing as good. She was standing back. I'll probably go push her up so she can eat. Finished up in that pen. Gonna climb in here and chase that one front. Make sure she's not too bad. She's running around pretty good, but she's just a little nervous, I guess. She's still pretty peppy. I think she'll be okay. I don't know what she's chewing her cud or what, or she's chewing on something. There she's eating. That's all I want. I make sure I push them up. Make sure everyone goes up to eat when you feed. That's a good sign then if they all go up to eat. This one's just a little friendly. Actually, you can tell she was just weaned. She wants more milk. No milk for you. Here you can see I love a nice pen of heifers when they all stand nice like that and eat. Got one red one on the end. All right, so we just pulled in here at the other farm. Gonna see if I can see what's going on here. It's all about making another pen. So in here, we were sort of running whatever animals, running dry cows. This was the freestall part of the barn here where they milked. It has Ristler conveyors coming in and a taper board feeder there in the middle which everything there works. I can also run with the mixer over there. Earlier this year, I posted a video of me making feed and running it in. I forget what was over here, heifers or dry cows. But so that's the story with this. I would just run them in here, but my dad had a good point of if you're running young heifers in the free stalls, if you don't have the stalls spaced right, teaches them to turn around in the stalls, and we don't really want that. The other problem is if I bed the outside, it teaches them to stand. It teaches them to lay out in the stalls, out in the alleyway, and I don't want them to do that either. So I have like two options. I can not put them in here, or I can put gates up along the free stalls so that it acts like there's no free stalls there and just bed it in the middle. But I didn't really want to do that either. So over in this side of the barn over here, which I'm going to show you in a second. Okay, so in here, man, it's dark. We have trough down the middle here. There is a belt feeder there, but that's not working. So basically what it comes down to is if I could make this pen on this side to run them in. Man, this is dark. I have waters here. I could see about getting these working. If I could get this working. All right, so I'm checking this water out here. It's actually in really good shape, except there's no float on it. Float's right here, so I'd have to get that working. Underneath here, it's got a good water line to it, and I think it'll turn on, which, oh, sure does. It would work. It's even got a plug to plug it in for heat. Wouldn't be real hard to get this going. I'm just gonna put this back together for now. Yeah, the main problem is, I guess to get them in here, you could put them in right here and then shut this gate. And it would be shut and they'd be in. It's a pen, but I don't know what I need to do for bedding wise, because I don't have a great way to get bedding into here, so that's where I'm lost. I don't know if I could put anything up top here somehow. So up here is just a mess. Right here, there's a big mess of gates. I think all this was sort of made to drive over if you had to. I think this gate here is on hinges. You could just unchain it right here and then push it open, and I think you could get in there with the skid loader. I think that would be not too bad. I did find a light back there, how to turn that on. In here is the old stanchion barn. It's actually a pretty decent barn yet. It used to have a slurry store up on the bank up there, but that got taken down. But in my lifetime, somebody was milking in here, I remember. But yeah, it's still trying to figure it all out. Okay, so there was some plywood along there I was able to move. I was able to get this unchained here, and this gate actually swings right in. Piece of wood here. Now, should be able to get the skid loader up over that curb if I have to, but it also is a drop off right here, so I'm going to check and see how deep this is. I could just put some millings or something in there. It's about a 4-inch drop there. So I could drive it in out there. I could make this, if I open this all up here for bedding, I could stick it right here, but I'm gonna have to carry it out through. So I don't know how I feel about that, but it would work for a while. Any opinions? Comment whatever you think I should be doing here. If I should be worried about the free stall with the heifers, or if I should just try to run it in there, because it's sort of a lot more set up. I could run them in here for a little bit and then move them over there once they get bigger, but I don't quite know what the best way is here. I have all this square footage of place here. It's not real high. It's a lot of, maybe the ventilation won't be the greatest. I'm not sure. It just depends on how many I have in here. But if I clean the trough, I should easily be able to run a pen of 15 in here without too much trouble. If I make some ground corn and stuff and put it in a tote, I could just feed them that way. It wouldn't be too bad, really. Yeah, it's sort of where I'm at with this project. I'm not sure. It's kind of neat how they made all this. It's kind of pretty unique how the barn cleaner comes out. And then it actually has a big, let's go over here. Has a big drive there. Right here, it's quite the beast of a thing. And then that goes out straight through. And it went up there was the slurry behind my truck, which is pretty neat. Yeah, this was a feed room here. They did always have it set up like this because they had a mixer that they could run feed in over here. I can run it in this Ristler with our mixer now, but I have to use the single screw mixer, the small one. This unloader it's a ring drive. We had corn silage in there before we stopped using it. But it's got a nice setup over here, really. Just needs a little bit of work. So, well, overall, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna shut the lights down here, and I want you to comment what you think I should do, if I should use a small pen, or if I should try to use the free stalls, or just what you think. Sell heifers, breed more Angus, any of those things could be done. Just want your opinion. Thanks. See ya.